Good morning. I want to do a quick video on 2-5-1 progressions. I've done a video on a 3-6, and now I want to take a look at a 2-5-1. Someone asked a question about what to do when you want to resolve to major chords. Okay, so now the cool thing is that before we did the 3-6 where we went from a dominant flat 9 resolving to a minor voicing. On your 2 in your major scale, we'll use C for now, and C being 1. If you counted out the scale up to an octave, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1, where I played a C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. The 2 would be D, the 5 would be G, the 1 would be C. Okay, so bass-wise, the bass line, you would hear 2, 5, 1. Okay, now, one cool thing that I can do is in the right hand on the 2 is play a 4 major 7. So the 4 of C would be F, and an F chord would be F, A, C. If I wanted to make it a major 7, I can add the major 7 relative to F. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is E. So I'll put an E on that F major 7. I can invert it however I want, but for now, I'm going to put it here. Okay, so on my 4 chord, I'm going to play an F major 7. Then on the 5, I'm going to resolve my right hand to a 3 major chord. So the 3 of C is E, and I'm going to play E major, E, G sharp, B. All right. Then on my home chord, I'm going to resolve that E major chord to an E minor 7. So since G sharp makes it a major chord, I'm going to resolve this G sharp to G natural. Okay, so my progression on the 2 chord, I'm playing F major 7. I'm going to resolve on the 5 chord, I'm going to go to an E major 7. Then I'm going to resolve it on the 1 to an E minor 7. Okay. All right, so now, of course, on the what makes it an E minor 7, if I were playing in the key of E, you know, my 1, 2, 3, that's my 3 is G sharp, 4, 5, so that's my 1, 3, 5. If I played all the way up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so an E major 7 would be E, G sharp, B, and D sharp. All right, in order to make it a minor 7 and E minor 7, then I need to flat my 3, which would be G sharp would become G, and then D sharp would become D, because I want to flat my 7 as well. So that gives me an E minor 7, which has a minor 3rd and a flat 7. A 1, a flat 3, a 5, and a flat 7. And I'm going to move my 7, D, to the bottom. Now, let's put that in connection with the left hand. So for now, I'm just going to play fifths. I'm going to play a D root. So here, so you hear that sound right there, that actually gives me a D minor 9. But sometimes when people are not familiar with 9s and 13s and 11s, it's just good to call out some upper structure type stuff, you know, more like different harmonies that you can play further up the scale from D, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I can play an F major 7 over that D, and that F major 7, you know, if you will, and a 4 major 7 over 2, or I can go to the relative major of D, which is F, play a major 7 over the D, and that gives me a minor 9 sound. So in my left hand, I'm just going to play D and A. All right, so that gives me my 2 chord, a D minor 9. Then when I go to my G chord, I'm going to play a 3rd and a flat 7 of G, which is just a tritone. So look at this, D and A, B and F. And then I'm going to come home to C and G. All right. So D and A, F and B, C and G. Put it together. I get this sound. All right. Really nice sound. Okay. So that's a really cool idea if you want to resolve to a major chord. And so, like, for example, if I wanted to go to the 4 if I'm here on the C and I wanted to end up on the 4 major, the cool thing with 2 minor and 5 dominant and progressions, 2-5-1 progressions, you can do that to any major chord. So if I were going to go from C to F, therefore the 4 chord related to the F scale would be B flat major. So therefore I'll play a B flat major, and then the 3 chord in F is A, and then I would resolve it to A minor, which is the 3 chord of F. So therefore, if I were wanting to do a 2-5-1 to an F major, then I can do the same idea. Then my 5 chord. All right. So I'm going to do an inversion idea, but the whole point is I'm not going to play that inversion because you can invert however you want to. But if I were in C and I started out here and I want to go to F, so therefore what I did is I'm in the key of C, but I wanted to get to F. I did a 2-5-1 to get to F. And what you can do is experiment with those 2-5-1 ideas. When I did this, let me go back to C. When I did this E over G, that sound right there is actually a G7 or G13 flat 9. Okay, so when I'm here on the D minor 9, D minor 9 to a G13 flat 9. So here's my flat 7 relative to G, my 3rd relative to G, my 13, my flat 9, my 3rd again. So there's my E chord, makes a G13 flat 9, coming home to a C major 7, where C is my 1, G is my 5, D is my 9, E is my 3, G is my 5, B is my 7. All right? All right? So that's some really cool sounds, and you can explore those ideas to any major. If I'm in C and I wanted to go to E flat, and I wanted to go to A flat, so I went to A flat, did a 2-5-1, and I want to come home to C. So 2-5-1s are excellent ideas, and then I'll eventually do another video where I incorporate the 2, where I'm doing 2-5-1s to get to my majors, 7-3-6 progressions to get to my minor. But the whole point again, in order to do a really nice progression, a 2-5, it's not the only one, of course, but a nice progression that you can do to do a 2 minor 5-13 flat 9 to a 1 major 9 would be to again start out playing a 4 major 7 over the 2, playing a 3 major over the 5 with the tritone. So that's 3, E major is the 3rd of C, and then come home to an E minor, resolve that E major to E minor 7. And you can experiment with that in all 12 keys. I'm actually finishing up my document with a bunch of drills, moving melodies from heart to hands, and basically going to have that uploaded on my page. You'll have literally about 60 plus pages of ideas and drills in all 12 keys. And so hopefully if you like what you're hearing on this channel, some of you will check it out. I think it's a cool document and gives some practical execution for those that want to do some gospel ideas, some jazz extended ideas and things like that. And there's also some really cool improvisational tips in there as well. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I appreciate you guys. Hope you have an incredible day.